Alright, so in this recording, we're going to be showing you the state of the video game that I made so far. And we're going to be talking about the scope of it and what we plan to do with it. And so we are using the NeoFPS engine. And so we have a HDRP pipeline. Don't know why the Skybox is given that yet. We need to read the documentation. It's real documented, so you can go in and do a lot of stuff with it. So far, we're just taking a prefab, low poly prefab from someone that was on sale, and we kind of just loaded in the demo scene, and we put it up to the HDRP pipeline, and we got some lights in here. We got some AI running around. Don't know where it went. That might be it over there. It was a little bit loud, I suppose. We'll go check out the AI in a minute. And so I originally worked on this one light. It turned out pretty good. I tried to copy the settings and save it to this one, and then this guy happened. And you can see the settings applied 2 more times, and so I need to go look at that. But we do got lighting in here. We got a little candle. That's a different prefab light or settings that I had to save. We did try a fireplace, and that guy right there seems fine. This guy's clipping through it. We haven't read too much about masking yet or whatever. Probably be looking at that here a little bit. Come around this way. You see the lighting kind of dropping through the bottom of the level. At the bottom of the building. We're going to figure out why that's happening here eventually. Got some glow on the outside of the building. Originally, I switched to the HDRP pipeline because when you would go inside this building, it was just the color on the outside was a color on the inside, and that just kind of looked funky. So I actually got pretty good lighting in here. I got a nice nav mesh. We do got one spotlight right here. So this is one big prefab. And so I'm gonna have to break that prefab up to get that lantern to make the size transparent so that spotlight can actually coming out of the lantern. Make a big better light. We haven't enabled shadows yet or anything like that. I'd be looking at that a little bit. A little bit dark in here. I'm trying to figure out how to tweak the lighting a little bit to make it a little bit lighter in here. Figure out the skybox a little bit here too. So let's go talk about the AI. We'll use an Emerald AI 2024. So there's an integration page for NeoFPS. There's an integration page for NeoFPS, and press pick up to grab object. Don't know. Okay, that's kind of new that they're dropping stuff. I guess they're dropping stuff now. So Emerald AI has a zone spawn. And so essentially for like this prefab I'm going to be doing is we're going to, you're going to push a button and it's going to be like a wave defense game. And so when I have enemies spawning that way, this one's more of a lake area. So that enemy spawn might be like more like a water type thing. And then there's a mine over that way and that way. And so we'll get some mine, more specific AI, just gets like some mine stuff going over there. And so you got to get through the wave. One of the things we want to add in is weighted randoms. And so the weighted randoms will essentially, it's going to be kind of like Doom Eternal, where it's going to be low ammo because we got 115 ammo right now. And so it's going to be that. So you can't just use one gun throughout the whole thing. You got to switch it up a little bit. Not just spam your melee attack too, like the punch, and that's a lot of people didn't like Doom Eternal because you could just spam the punch. I like the Doom Eternal because it just forced you to kind of figure out secondary attacks and do, like combos, if you will. So it's really fast, and so that's a good thing about a fast inventory swap system is the player will be able to switch through the weapons really quick and go primary attack or secondary attack. And so that will be more advanced, I guess, besides just stock AI. So once they start spawning, you get some elites out of spawn, and you gotta like do like I think it's called like alpha or theta, whatever combos. You gotta like cycle through your weapons and stuff to kind of get them down that way. Then with the rate of random, we can kind of, essentially it's going to be 10 waves. There's going to be 10 waves to get to the end. And the end is just, it's just going to flood the player. the rated randoms will help flood the player a little bit beforehand, but be more forgiving. But then around the 10th wave, the goal is essentially um, for the player to stay alive long enough, or maybe hit something, and I don't know, after a little bit of time goes by, 10 minutes, whatever, that's when the beacon gets lit, and the beacon is essentially going to be like a precursor. I think that's right. To kind of like go into a multiplayer thing, because right now NeoFPS, I don't think it supports multiplayer. I could be wrong. They are coming out with 1.2 later this year. It's going to be a big update, or upgrade, if you will. And so something like that is going to be kind of, we're just kind of building the game within the scope of the what's going on. Mostly this is to help me kind of learn how to code a little bit with some AI projects I want to do, and learning how these scripts interact with each other and calling stuff and building some hierarchy into scripts. That's kind of what I'm using this for. Is the game is to kind of learn how to code so I can do some more advanced AI stuff that I want to do. Besides just hacking together some script and having it work and having a difficult time expanding it, and potentially selling some scripts to some customers and stuff like that, marketing and stuff. But we'll get to that later. And so yeah, I think I talked about the AI. Yeah, so you light the beacon. At the 10th wave, you'll be able to light the beacon. There'll be some objects that drop each wave. You're going to collect the objects, bring them back, and on the 10th one, you're just going to get flooded. You're going to light the beacon. That's going to be like a queue for multiplayer. So essentially, this player may or may not die, I guess. Like this, for lore instance, he may or may not die. But yeah, so it's kind of what we got going on there. HDR pipeline. We're just kind of getting into this. I think we just got stuck. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Why I got stuck? I just did a quick nav mesh render and just kind of just made it. And so you can see the AI coming out here. We're going to be figuring out some stuff, working on some stuff. And so I just want to kind of show you where we're at with the project. You got some lights in there. You got just some basic AI that are just kind of walking around. It can't hear anything we do yet, but it can definitely see us. But all right, I gotta figure this out.